hippos. Okay, hippos are number one.
We're working for the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance projects around the world. Over 150 projects regarding those 8 conservation paths. It's about collaborating, innovating, inspiring, and so that we have a over all one. So thank you. We are going to practice on black, so if you don't feel
Is this the way to the bus? Is this the way to the bus? Okay.
Hi, good morning, my early birds. Welcome aboard and welcome to the San Diego Zoo. My name is Annie Grace. I'll be driving you guys around about 70% of our zoo for the next 35 to 40 minutes. Now, just by walking through our front door today, you guys are helping us strive for a world where all life thrives. From polar bears to penguins to pocket mice to people. That's right, all of us working together to find innovative solutions to over 150 different conservation efforts we work on here at the San Diego Zoo. So right now we're crossing Front Street where you entered today, but to our right is a pathway called Treetops Way. There you can find orangutans swinging in the trees, gorillas snapping, and other monkeys just hanging out. Straight ahead, we have one of our two accesses to our Sky Safari aerial tram. You get a free ride on the Sky Safari just by entering the zoo today. Straight ahead, you can also find our hummingbird habitat, Komodo Kingdom, reptile house, and wildlife explorer space camp. But please remember, all of those are areas you have to explore on foot today. No buses go back there. So right now we are dipping down into the Lost Forest on a pathway of our own. So I'd just like to briefly remind you guys to please keep arms, legs, claws, paws, and personal items inside of the vehicle at all times. We are going to be getting close to other vehicles and some plants, so please no grabbing at them for me. You guys are more than welcome to stand up while we ride on tour today. I just ask that you hold 3 points of contact at all times, which means 2 feet planted firmly on the floor, no standing on the seats, and then 1 hand holding the seat in front of you. We are currently driving through one of the largest and most visited botanical gardens here in the United States. The San Diego Zoo is much more than just animal wildlife. We are home to over 3,100 different plant species as well, some native to the San Diego area and others endangered from across the globe. Throughout our 100-acre zoo, we focus our efforts on 8 different conservation hubs, and right now we're rolling through our Asian rainforest hub. So coming up on our right side, we're going to travel across the globe all the way to the Borneo forest in hopes of finding our first animal of the day, one of our 3 Malayan tigers. Now don't worry, my people in the back, I'll slowly roll forward so everyone gets the chance to explore this habitat with their eyes. I personally don't see anyone at the moment, but if you do, point them out to your neighbors. We have 3 brothers who live here. The twins were born up in Fresno, and then Connor, the youngest, was born here in San Diego. In the wild, there are only 150 Malayan tigers left on planet Earth today. We have these guys on what's called a species survival plan. That's essentially just dating apps for animals. We match these guys up with ladies from across the globe in hopes that they'll mate as they get older, and we can up their population levels as much as possible. When we do get to see a tiger, we'll notice that bright orange coloring that we know and love about them. That's actually a genetic adaptation they created because most of tiger's prey are colorblind, meaning they see the colors orange and green very similar. So as tigers are stalking their prey through tall green grasses, they're not so easily spotted. We might not have gotten the best view this morning, but you guys can head back down Treetops Way later this afternoon, and there will be an outlet called Tiger Trail, so you can spend more time with them. Here on our right side is our old hippo habitat. Our hippo mama and her daughter currently reside in the urban jungle. We'll pass by the urban jungle in just a few minutes, and I'll give you guys some directions on how to head there on foot later this afternoon. But here at the San Diego Zoo, some of our animals enjoy their solitude. They're more independent beings, but others are more social creatures. Here on our right side is our first multi-species habitat of the day. Within this habitat lives river otters, and then down at the bottom we have river otters, and we also have swamp monkeys who live in here. It looks like there's one on the right corner. My people on the bottom might have to stand up to see him. Each and every one of the swamp monkeys who live here were rescued from the bush meat trade, where they were either being sold as pets and sometimes, unfortunately, even as food from time to time. All of them range in age from about 1 to 6 years old, and if you do want to see them from that glass side today, Treetops Way is the way to go. Coming up here on our right side is going to be a red sign that says Map Location 15. Use those signs to help navigate your way around our grounds this afternoon. But I gladly welcome you to our fabulous flamingo habitat here on the left side. Now, it looks like they're all huddled for warmth in that little bit of sun here in the corner, but we have two different types of flamingos who live here at the San Diego Zoo. This is the American flamingo, native to Central America. And then at the front of the zoo, when you entered today, you might have seen the greater flamingo. That's native to Asia and Africa. They used to all live here together. We moved our greater flamingos a few weeks ago because we all need a change of scenery from time to time. But up on the right side of our bus, we have a big brown bridge called Eagle Trail. Within that habitat lives the largest bird we have here at the San Diego Zoo, an Andean condor with a wingspan of 12 feet wide. That is 4 feet wider than the width of the bus we are on currently. He is absolutely massive. If you do want to see him today, Eagle Trail is the way to go. And this yellow sign here on the left is very important to you guys. It's one of our 4 kangaroo bus stops. It's like public transportation with 4 different stops throughout our grounds. That is free to use, so definitely take advantage of it. But behind our kangaroo bus stop are our cormorant birds flapping their wings saying hello. These guys have extremely dense, heavy beaks, which make them great at diving. So they're able to soar over the ocean and then dive down to catch fish at depths of over 115 feet underwater. We like to call ourselves the world-renowned San Diego Zoo, and that is for a reason. On the left side of our bus, there's a street going up a hill. That will take you to our animal hospital. In the 80s, we had an orangutan named Karen who was born here with a hole in her heart the size of a penny. She was the first animal in human history to undergo open heart surgery and live. She is still alive today, and you guys can go check her out on Treetops Way this afternoon. A little bit more history as we climb up this next hill. As we ascend, look to your left, and through these trees, you'll catch some glimpses of the Cabrillo Bridge. That bridge was built in 1914 to commemorate the opening of the Panama Canal. We held the Panama, California exhibition here in San Diego, and when it ended, our owner and founder, Harry Wegeforth, was walking through Balboa Park when he heard a lion roar. So he bravely headed towards that sound, found many of the animals that were at the exhibition abandoned in cages. He was able to collect and rescue each and every one of those animals, and 2 years later, in October 1916, he opened the San Diego Zoo right here where it is today, meaning we are turning 107 years old this October. And through these pines on our right, we have another multi-species habitat. See if you can see any of our bighorn antelope or their friends, the zebras, having some late breakfast right now. Not too late, it's 9:30. Alright. And down in the dirt, keep your eyes peeled for tiny, tiny little legs. That is the smallest species of gazelle that resides on planet Earth. They go by the name the Speaks gazelle. They coexist in that habitat with the lesser kudu. Another species of gazelle just about double the size. I know it's already hot here in San Diego, but I feel it getting a little bit chilly. It's because we're headed up Polar Hill. So once I come to a complete stop, feel free to stand up, look over this hedge here on the left, and see if any of our polar bears are out and about this morning. We have 3 boys who live here, and out in the wild, polar bears do all of their living and hunting on ice caps. They're able to smell their prey from 3 miles away, and when they dive down into the ocean to catch it, they can see about 20 meters down, which is pretty crazy because those waters are dark and cold. The ice caps that our polar bears live on, though, are melting, and that is because our atmosphere is heating up. Every time we drive a car, it emits carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So small ways that you and I could help minimize our personal carbon footprint would be by riding in public transportation, just like we're doing right now. They filled this bus up all the way. There should be about 98 of us on board, including myself. The best way to see our polar bears, though, is not by bus. It is actually by foot. They usually hang out on that far left side of the habitat that we don't really get a good view of on this tour, so definitely come back later today. We just saw one of the smallest species of gazelle on Earth. In this second habitat on the right, you'll see one of the most rare. These are our bontebok. In the 1930s, there were only 13 bontebok left on planet Earth. A South African farmer collected them all and put them in a fence in his backyard. And now you can find over 3,000 in the wild. I think that really shows how big of a difference one small decision can truly make. And in this third grassy habitat on our right, we have a geranuk. In the Somali language, geranuk loosely translates to giraffe necks. These guys are known for standing on their hind legs at about 7 feet tall and browsing rather than grazing for food. They're said to be picky eaters. I don't know if I believe it. He's always munching on something. But last but not least, what looks like a warthog you may see in Africa are actually native to the country of Peru. These guys go by the name Chicoan peccaries, but we like to refer to them as our living fossils here at the San Diego Zoo. And coming up here on the left is our second access to our Sky Fari aerial tram. That is the fastest way to get back up to the front of the zoo from where we are currently. And remember, your ride is free, so why not take advantage of it? It's a beautiful bird's eye view of our zoo. And Mowgli's 4D Adventure is a 15-minute long movie y'all can check out today in an air-conditioned area, that is. But through this netting on our left side lives a crepuscular animal. So the word crepuscular means that they're most active at dawn and dusk. Our cougars, catamounts, or mountain lions live in there. They go by 40 different names in the English language, and that's because they cover such a vast area. You can find them as far north as Canada and as far south as the southernmost tip of Chile. We like to call the street we're on now Crepuscular Row because our maned wolves who live here on the right are crepuscular as well. Sometimes you can smell them before you can see them. Their urine emits this skunky stench that lets you know they're out and about in the afternoon. Look around for orange ears in those tall green grasses. They look very similar to like giant foxes, in my opinion. If you guys are looking for a restroom this afternoon, there's always going to be one next to and across from one of our 4 kangaroo bus stops, just like we're passing here on our left and right side. But right now we are entering the Elephant Odyssey, the example of our African savanna conservation hub that we work on here at the San Diego Zoo. So coming up on our right side, let's see if we have any big cats out and about. Looks like one of them is taking a cat nap right now. Here on the right side on that lifted terrace is Ellen, our female lion. She lives in here with her older brother, Ernest. They are 7 and 11 years old. They were born up at our safari park in Escondido, about 40 minutes north from where we are right now. Just like y'all's house cats at home though, these two sleep for 16 to 20 hours a day. They want to conserve as much energy as they possibly can for when they're not hunting for food. And out in the wild, lions live in matriarchal societies or prides, where the female lions do 90% of the hunting for their families. When you guys are leaving today, keep your ears wide open. You might be able to hear Ernest, our male lion, roar. You can hear a male lion's roar from about 2.5 miles away. It's because out in the wild, they want to let any other surrounding prides know of their territory, and instinctually, he does that same thing here every night when the sun is setting. You can hear him out in the parking lot. Alright, let's keep it moving in hopes of finding a more elusive species of big cat. A jaguar who goes by the name of Nandiri. Her spots make her camouflage, makes her kind of hard to find from time to time, but let's look up in the trees and down in the grasses and see if she is prowling around anywhere. In the wild, there are only 175 jaguars left on planet Earth today. We have these guys on a species survival plan as well. And she has 3 babies that live in different ACA zoos across the globe. In the wild, though, jaguars do all of their living and hunting in solitude. So that's why we allow her that same independence here at the San Diego Zoo. And out of all of the big cats in the big cat kingdom, jaguars are one of the smaller species, but they have the strongest bite of them all. When you come back by later today, I recommend taking 5 minutes to play hide and seek with her. She definitely is usually out and about. It's just her camouflage skills are awesome. And let's briefly travel to South America in hopes of finding the world's largest rodent, the capybara, or their friends, the tapir. Looks like through this glass on our right side, we'll be able to kind of see some capybaras. But more importantly, our capybaras had 4 cappy babies 5 nights ago. So definitely come back and see them later this afternoon. We can spend more time. Capybaras have tiny little legs, and yes, they are rodents, but surprisingly enough, they are great swimmers. They have webbed feet just like ducks that they use to propel themselves forward through the waters. And right now we are entering the beginning of our elephant sanctuary. These big mechanical looking trees we see are called utilitrees. They provide shade in the summer, heat in the winter, a sprinkler system if it hasn't rained in a while, and also food storage for these massive animals. This gray building here on our right side serves a very important purpose. It's our elephant care center. So all 3 of our elephants go inside of this building daily and get their nails done, the occasional mani-pedi. They go to the dentist just like you and I would. They also go through wildlife care training with their specialist. We practice protective barriers with each and every one of our larger animals, so that's what this fencing we're seeing here on our right side is. But before we get back to elephants, let's look down on the ground for a white bird with a crazy hairstyle. This is one of our 2 secretary birds. Secretary birds are a type of bird of prey. And although it doesn't look like it, he never skips leg day in the gym. He captures his prey with his talons and then stomps on it until it's a mashed potato-like texture and swallows his prey whole. In the back left corner of his habitat, you can see that there's a nest he's trying to build for the female who lives in there. She's a few years older and not super interested, but he is putting in the effort, so hopefully things turn around here for him in the future. Alright, I'm gonna let this bus pass me really quick, or truck. Let's see if any of our elephants are out and about this morning. Like I said a little bit earlier, we have 3 elephants who live here, and they're all African elephants. You can tell just based on looking at their ears. Their ears are massive and shaped very similar to the continent of Africa. Alright, I see one in our future. Say hello to Miss Shaba, the only female elephant who lives here at the San Diego Zoo, and our oldest elephant. Shaba is 43 years old. While our lions sleep for 16 hours a day, our elephants forage for food for 16 hours a day. On average, an African elephant eats anywhere from 150 to 330 pounds of food daily, and that is all plant matter. These guys are herbivores. But remember, they also poop about 200 pounds a day. That's how they keep that great figure. It evens itself out. Now you can tell that she's the oldest just based on looking at her tusks. Her tusks are about double the size of our younger boys who live here. And her trunk that she used to grab her food with is made up of 40,000 individual muscles. That's how they're able to twist and turn and maneuver it in all those interesting ways. Although she has giant ears, she actually is not great at hearing. Many elephants aren't. So as they walk, they usually drag their trunks on the ground to sense any movement nearby. If we look at the bottoms of her feet, they're very flat, but her bone structure acts as if she's walking around on her tippy toes. When you guys are not on a big loud bus later this afternoon, just stand by her quietly and you'll notice that elephants go by the nickname the silent walkers. They are very quiet, although they are massive. Alright, let's see if any of our two dromedary or one-humped camels are out and about this morning. Now those humps are not just giant water jugs, they are filled with fat storage, and they pull upon that fat storage when they don't have easy access to food or water in the wild in order to give themselves as much energy as they possibly can to keep moving forward. A fully matured camel is able to chug 30 gallons of water in just 10 minutes. And we have two donkeys who live in there as well, named Cabrillo and Balboa, who were introduced a few weeks ago. Our camels don't mind them, but our elephants hate the sounds that they make. It's definitely taking some getting adjusted to. Here at the San Diego Zoo, we're very passionate about our conservation efforts, one of which hits very close to home. So coming up on our right side, let's put our eyes up to the sky, and either on top of a boulder or this decaying tree in the center, you will see our two California condor brothers. In the 1970s, there were only 22 California condors left on planet Earth. San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance collected them all and put them in a space where they can mate and breed. And over the past 50 years, their population levels have rose from 22 to over 600. You can find these guys in Baja, Mexico, flying over the Grand Canyon, and then here in Southern California. The reason why their population levels were dwindling so quickly is because farmers introduced the use of pesticides. They were eating foods covered in these pesticides, and it was defertilizing their eggs, as well as making their eggshells very soft or rubber-like. Here on our right side is Kangaroo Bus Stop number 4, as well as our by-foot access back into the Elephant Odyssey if you want to head back in there later today. Some animals live in packs, others live in pods, but meerkats live in mobs. So down in the dirt, let's see if we see any meerkats scurrying around this morning. In the center of this habitat, there's a big termite mound, I want to say it is, and behind it, you'll see a meerkat with his little eyes up at the sky. Now, he's not daydreaming or making shapes out of the clouds. He's actually looking at the sky for any potential dangers, like a hawk or an eagle, that could come down and swoop on him or their family members. Our security guards who hang out during the day have certain song-like notes that they use as a warning signal to tell their family members to go back down into the burrows. Right now we are entering our African coffee conservation hub that we work on here at the San Diego Zoo. The coffee is a type of rock formation that we are about to pass here on our right side. Within this habitat lives an animal called a cliff springer with hooves the size of dimes. It makes them great climbers on those coffee rocks. In the wild though, the African coffee is experiencing an extreme drought. All these plants here on our right side are native to the coffee, and they were brought here through seed-saving efforts. We replanted them here to up their population levels because yes, plants can go extinct too. And speaking of plants, as you guys explore the zoo today, look around for Bananas, avocados, mangoes, papayas, all sorts of fruits and veggies growing across our grounds. We try and be as sustainable as we possibly can here at the San Diego Zoo and have our herbivores and omnivores quite literally eat local. This pathway here on our right is called the Africa Rocks Trail, and head down there today if you want to find baboons, African penguins, lemurs, or our leopard mama and her 2 babies she had just a few months ago. At the beginning of our tour, I mentioned to you guys our hippo mama and her daughter who we moved to the urban jungle. The urban jungle is this street here on our right side. Head down there today to find hippos, giraffes, porcupines, cheetahs, and kangaroo bus stop number 1. These lovely humans in the red shirts are our volunteers we are extremely thankful for. If you guys have any questions regarding getting around today, they are more than willing to help you guys out. But right now we are taking a turn down Center Street, the oldest street in San Diego Zoo history. This street has remained untouched since the 1930s, other than fixing the occasional pothole or some habitat renovation here or there. Another name for Center Street, though, is Bear Canyon Trail. We're hoping to see why here on our right side in the next few habitats. These first 2 habitats are home to our sloth bears. If you guys have ever seen the movie The Jungle Book, think about the character Baloo. Baloo is a sloth bear, and here is our male. Sloth bears are arboreal bears, meaning they spend a predominant amount of their lives up at the tops of trees. Sloth bears have very long snouts, as we see, that they stick down in the ground. They close their nostrils, turns their lips like a straw, and then suck termites out of the ground like a vacuum cleaner. That's the same reason why he has very long, thick, coarse hair. When you eat a diet of mostly bugs, you don't really want bug bites. Sloth bears are also known to be the engineers of bear species. In the wild, they climb up to the tops of trees, and while doing so, they break off branches. They take those branches with them and then build little couches on the treetops where they sit for about 3 days at a time while they wait for fruit to ripen. Little DIY couch. Bear style. He has a wife who lives in there with them. They're heavily bonded. They've been together for the past 5 years and have 7 babies together that live in different ABA zoos across the globe. But let's briefly travel to Yellowstone, where I used to work as a hiking and camping tour guide and help them seeing our grizzly bears. Say hello to Scout and Montana. Scout and Montana are 14 years old and were brought to us 13 years ago from Yellowstone because their mama was teaching them to hunt for food in human-populated areas. Now, not only was that unsafe for us, it was unsafe for them as well. These guys average in size anywhere from 250 to 2,000 pounds. Before going into hibernation, they eat enough food to where they double in body weight. Now, he has a very large, distinct hump right below their necks. That's how you can identify them in the wild as grizzlies. And those claws hanging off his paws, on average, the size of you and I's fingers alone. If you guys can think about what the California state flag looks like, there's a grizzly bear directly in the center. Unfortunately, though, the last time a grizzly was found in California was 1954. They've been pushed out by human development. So if you guys would want to see a grizzly in the wild, from a very safe distance that is, you'd have to have places like Idaho, Wyoming, or Montana where he got his name. Alright, let's keep it moving in hopes of finding a newly famous species of bear. You're like, Annie, what do you mean famous? Well, she just had 2 cubs on December 12th of this past year. Looks like they might be snoozing, but that is the mama, Alba, in the back. These are our Andean bears. Andean bears are an arboreal species of bear as well. It looks like the cubs are in the back of the cave. I can see their little heads, so I'm going to keep it moving. Hopefully they'll come out and about. They probably smell food. Or they're getting food. Alright, well, Andean bears go by the nickname the spectacle bears because the white around their eyes makes them look like they are wearing glasses. I definitely recommend coming back down Center Street today and seeing those babies because they are getting super rambunctious and strong. They are fun to watch. If you do want to come back down here, this pathway here on our left side is called Fern Canyon Trail. That is the fastest way to get back up to the front of the zoo from where we are currently. And it's also built through the first rainforest we ever grew here at the San Diego Zoo. Rainforests act as natural reservoirs that help regulate heat.
We haven't seen a lot of animals.
So taking that pathway through there is going to be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than walking out in the sun. But up in the sky on the left side of our bus is the largest aviary we have here at the San Diego Zoo. Owens Aviary is home to over 300 birds of 50 different species. There's a few different waterfalls in there, aquariums with fish and turtles, and also lots of seating. It's a great place to just escape the sun and rest your legs for a little while. Alright, hear me out. The San Diego Zoo is shaped like a bowl, and right now we are at the bottom of that bowl. If you guys find yourself back down here later today and don't feel like hiking back up, on the left side of our bus there is a big green bridge called Basher Bridge, and at the base of that bridge there are elevators. Ride those elevators up to the top, give your legs some rest. It'll either drop you off at Treetop Way, where our primates reside, or at the beginning of our elephant odyssey, where we saw our lions and jaguars. Through this tunnel is where our African penguins got moved a few weeks ago. They used to be our grizzlies next door neighbor, which is an interesting combo. But as we climb up this hill, look over these trees on our left side, see if you can see any of their little heads bobbing around on rocks this morning in the distance. Just like us San Diegans, African penguins are native to a very warm weather area. We usually don't find them swimming in that water until it's over about 70, 75 degrees here in San Diego. Finally warming up for them. But down on the ground on the left side of our bus is the Africa Rock stage. Every day at 12 and 4 p.m. we have shows there where they bring out animals that don't have habitats that's visible to you guys within our zoo. And that waterfall behind the Africa Rock stage is the largest man-made waterfall west of the Mississippi River. You guys can actually walk behind it today if you get hot and feel the mist come back up and cool you down a little bit. Through this netting here on our left side is where all of our lemurs, red-tailed monkeys, and then our leopard mama and her 2 babies reside. Some days we get lucky and they're hanging out on top, but other days these rocks get very, very hot from the sun. You can't really blame them. So if you do want to see them, head down Africa Rocks Trail. You'll see them from eye level. We do have a podcast on iHeartRadio, Apple Music, and Spotify with over 50 different episodes with more in-depth information regarding individual animal species. But let's hop skip on over from Africa to the continent of Australia. Coming up on the right side of our bus in the next 50 to 100 yards, look close to the trees for little gray fur balls. Those would be our koalas. If a koala has a habitat to itself, it's probably a male. They're known to be territorial and a little bit feisty from time to time. If they're together in groups, it's probably females and they're joeys. More often than not, though, when we see a koala, their little thumbs are to a branch. Because koalas sleep anywhere from 20 to 22 hours daily. The reason why they sleep so much is because they eat a diet of only eucalyptus, which is extremely low in calories, and that just means they digest very slowly and don't have much energy when they are awake. Just like kangaroos, koalas are marsupials, which means they spend the first 6 months of their lives inside of their mama's pouch. And when the joeys are making the transition from drinking only their mama's milk to eating only eucalyptus, the mama koala creates a food mixture for her baby called pap. Pap is a mix between the mom's poop and eucalyptus. Yes, the baby eats its mom's poop mixture, and somehow it strengthens its tummy for it to eat the only eucalyptus diet there in the future. I know it sounds nasty, but we can't be ones to judge. And this pathway here on our left will take you to our Tasmanian devils. Only 3 zoos on the North American continent have Tasmanian devils, so if you'd like to see them today, when you get off the bus, turn left, you'll find them in about a minute's walk. But as you guys explore the San Diego Zoo and you see plant wildlife you think is beautiful, or animal wildlife you find super interesting, remember that just by walking through our front door today, you guys are helping us advocate for those without a voice. There are small things we can do daily, whether that be using reusable bags, taking shorter showers, or public transportation. Every little bit helps make our Earth a cleaner place for ourselves and our animals. When we're getting off of the bus, I'm going to let our lower level off first and our upper level off second. If you guys are looking to get to the front of the zoo, where you got on the bus and dropped off your strollers, or the closest restroom, when you get off of the bus, you're going to turn to the right. If you would like to go deeper into our zoo to the Urban Jungle, Africa Rocks Trail, or Bear Canyon Trail, when you get off the bus, you're going to turn to the left. Thank you very much for the last 40 minutes and enjoy the rest of your afternoon and drink lots of water. It is going to be very hot out today.
A small child.
Pizza card.
I'm already at.
It's free with your entrance.
Tara.
Wildlife exploring beast camps.
Yeah.
I want you to watch your steps. Is that my wrap?
All right. Thank you.
I think you this side over here. I'm gonna go read the sign. I want to know the end.
Those are really big. Can I go down? Those are really big.
Oh, we are.
It's all way up to the sky.
We're going as close up as we can get.
Well, I wanted to see my niece before I called
Look, you see him with the crazy horns?
What do you think of those horns? Yeah.
Are those floating?
No, they're Montabox.
Monty-box.
Common. How many? How many?
La mañana me levantaba yo. Yeah.
그래, 그래.
What?
지혜가 어차피 엄마 없으면 못 들어가죠.
Across the street, Yahweh. Entonces, ¿un gris? ¿Con el gris me hacen más feo?
dito. Sumit pa dito. Okay.
Okay, so
loves it. He's in there like,
What is so funny? Where did they get
I don't know, but
It does look like Maya. Yeah.
Over here, and then we'll keep going to the Eagle Trail, and then we'll keep going along this road until we get to see Asian Passage.
I said like this.
Next up, we'll check out the view to the larger brownish colored pellet with the right hand side. To the left,
Sino pong water kahit yung ano?
They're like anal only.
Hey, look at it.
Pacific Ocean, wingspan is up to 2.5 meters. Almost as big as a. What's the biggest wingspan of all? Any birds? One that lives
Albatross.
wandering albatross. Yeah. I was wondering like
Going towards the sound of the air brake to go through the gate. Please wait for me to open the door for you. I'm going to be opening the door.
without the head, it just kind of looks like a bird. But with the head,
snuggle, the cuddly, right?
So bad. They don't want to be my friend, but I want to be.
Right? They want snuggles, I can tell. They want nose boops.
So I was like, oh, me too. I should just like know all their names.
This was the thing in Walter Mitty where they like photograph the snow leopard in the mountains of like, yeah.
So what's this? Pickle or noodle? Kind of looks like a pepper.
Oh, it's more of a long process. It's a really process of that. Got too hot in there.
Wait.
You're so light, so that tail. Normal pandas, once they have to go in there, they just
Sorry. Go ahead.
Mom, wanna look for the snake? I said right there. Somewhere. Oh, I see it.
Oh yeah, good eye. Look at you.
Right there.
Oh wow, you found it in the camera.
See, I'm appreciating.
Yeah, so we like, you know.
Out of all the animals that I speak, they're always surprised.
What do you want? Yeah. Back what you need. Okay, that one. Sorry. Yeah, it's probably the quickest way we probably will do it this way and just ignore it. This is where we should
I'll be fine.
You get in a tray.
Down, down.
Right, this way, Jim.
Yeah.
Hold up, Jude. Yeah, that's funny.
Where'd they go?
No, that's why he's doing the. I'm gonna look at you. Are you keeping?
Oh, this one's coming out. Look, he's coming over, girls. Girls, look. The lion. Girls, hurry, look.
Simba! It's Simba! Simba!
Look, like, its dinner was right there. There's the bone.
Where?
On the rock.
That.
Dave.
Look at him. Wow.
Look at those armpits. Look at those.
Look, you missed a jump. He's so pretty.
It's just eat
What? Yes, one for everyone. Get him.
Oh, look at the one back there. The white.
Whoa, that's female.
Probably not.
Oh, did you see that? He used right here to balance.
Dois pega. Ah, não, será isso não.
I like that.
Going back in the shade.
I like how long they make this. You know?
Si hay uno ahí, ¿dónde anda el otro?
Okay, when we are done, come back.
There's one thing I've always seen. Right? Yeah, just yet.
Go there. There. Wait, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Come on.
Go here, babe.
Justin.
Yeah,
Why would you disturb them like that?
Oh yeah, what is that?
Oh, the capybara is in the shade by the
Ooh, capybara. Can I get on that? Jeremy!
overhunting Fierce. I don't want to pose as him.
Look, I'm a bottle opener. Be funny, huh?
Yeah, you guys are gonna drive there and back.
Sí, pues yo ahorita lo estaba viendo ahí, pues me venía para acá.
Vai limpando a patinha, ó lá. Vai limpando a patinha.
Sen Martira hep bosma. Demi Lotri.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah, everything checked out. That's what I never understood. Like, I never recognized me, but that's totally it. Yeah. No, Taylor said one time about something. He's like, they're not actually that big. I'm like, what do you just think they make them this big and this thick for fun? Right? Like, you think that they just stand right up from the zoo? Like, no, they're probably even bigger out in the real life, in the wild than they are here.
Yeah.
Guys, I saw this.
Is there anything back here? Remember the bus we were on? Remember the bus?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I left you for a second there. That's the Elephant Care Center where elephants can come and go as they please. When elephants are in there, we have to be off mic, so it's not too loud for them. It echoes off the wall. So that was one of our elephant care specialists. That was check in with our elephants. That's what they go in there for.
What am I?
And also provide them with feeders during the winter months. Elephant care center is very important.
Oh, there is a snake over there.
Okay, go in the front. So hold on. One more.
After these people. Ready, set, go. Those that are still dead in slow march, attacking your denim
Hmm? Hmm? Hmm.
Mira, muy bonita. Yo no, pues muy mentirita. What I know is that there's 2 elephants that live here.
What's about the baby?
A turtle.
Yeah, turtle.
It is going down.
Camels, there they are. Camels, and there's supposed to be a burrow.
Down Center Street.
Yeah, I'm going to go back at the beginning of the park.
Now, this is not our next stop quite yet, but as I work on making this turn, I'll point something out for you guys. And that is, if you look to the left, you'll see those 3 palm trees in front of a big yellow building with a stand of bubble wands. And just behind that is a pedestrian pathway. That pedestrian pathway you see to the left-hand side is where you're going to want to go for anyone looking for the exit or the front of the park, which is where our guided bus tours are located. Now, our guided bus tours are roughly 35 to 40-minute non-stop loop around the park with one of my co-workers telling you some pretty cool stuff about the wildlife here in our care. And the very last guided bus tour of the day does not leave until 7 p.m., so you do still have plenty of time to catch one of those, although I never recommend waiting for the last minute for these things. We do also have stroller parking at the entrance to those guided bus tours, as we do ask that all strollers are please left behind for those to make room for folks with wheelchairs who are in need of the space. Now, we do need to make a complete loop around through Urban Jungle before coming back to Kangaroo Stop 1, so in the meantime, y'all just get to kick back.
Over there. We aren't getting off at stop 1.
But everything's downhill from stop 1.
Horses stink.
Ahí están más las flamingos, están más flamingos.
Hell stinks. Flamingos all migrated to the other side where they were this morning. Damn it, shrimp intake. Turn pink again.
Ahí tengo una grabadora, Ángel, porque me la pongo
What? A koala. Yes. And a lizard, and
Little cat.
an anteater, and what else? What else? Bear, lion, tiger, bear.
All right, now as we work on approaching Kangaroo Bus Stop number 1, just a quick reminder that these buses do not take you back to the front of the park or the exit. That is right, folks. We do not stop at the front of the park or the exit. So if either of those 2 places or maybe our guided bus tours are what you're interested in, this will be the stop for you. Once you exit the bus here, you'll walk straight ahead of us down that same blacktop road we're currently facing. Hang a right at the beer garden and take that pedestrian pathway on the left-hand side that I pointed out for all of you just a few short moments ago. Again, this is stop number 1, your go-to destination for Sydney's Grill, our koalas, giraffes, river hippos, cheetahs, and the rest of our bears, located down Center.
When we were down at the hippo thing, he said they'd moved. See, look, there's a hippo right there. Oh, yeah. The hippo. Right up there walking, you see his butt? I got all these.
He told us to take a picture again.
That's where I'm going. Check it out. It's like right here.
Alright, Grace, turn around.
Are you telling me? You really know where you're going?
Thanks.
Gavin's known where he's been going this entire time. That's cool. He knows. He stood up.
Wait, Mama, I want to eat.
Come here, give you a gravy. Get in, Kelly. Oh, that's awesome. That one. It was right by. It's like you do that. Huh?
That's tongue.
Yeah? Look, yep.
Seems weird that they just eat that.
You know their tongues are black? They're like deer-like African creatures.
Why is it?
Please to enjoy our petite hippopotamus. They are in fact petite. Really? Yeah.
They don't look bad.
It's all relative. So you got Mama on the left, her 3-year-old on the right. Mama Punani's around 3,800 pounds. Little 3-year-old about 3,000. Males in the wild have been seen 6 to 8,000. So push them together. We are remodeling their area. As I mentioned, 107, you gotta remodel it. And then there was a little supply chain hiccup with the plumbing, piping for their filtration system. So we had to put a hold. We were hoping they would be back in their other habitat by Memorial Day. Now we're looking maybe Labor Day.
You're gonna learn this stuff. You're gonna learn it.
Yeah, no, I know.
Mommy.
Yeah, I know. They were cool. Really? Kind of.
I'm good. How are you?
Emma, watch out. Emma.
Oh, it's great. Girls here. The ones up in that third one. There's tables up there.
See?
Oh, next to you can see all the elephants and the giraffes, meerkats. Yeah.
There's so many of them. Watch out. Over here.
Sorry, Mom. Oh no, that's okay. But it's just that there's I know it's not good. You have a good room now. What's in there?
See him?
This way. Okay, go this way.
That way is Pitwin.
That's what this said.
All right.
Not too distant north to the Pokey Art Center here in the southwest. Might not look like much at first.
Well, I guess we're closing early. It's not open tomorrow.
What do you play? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, párate, porque está de subida, está muy pesado. You're painful. And that died ages ago.
Yeah, look at that one. Look at that one.
No. It's that one.
It's that one, you're right.
It was more shaped like that. Look right there in the hole.
Whenever you're ready, whenever you're done.
Pet cats that hang on the doors.
Yeah, I had one at home.
What are your dog?
No, dog died.
Oh yeah. The cappuccino dog thing.
Inside sleeping kind of day.
Look like a real leopard.
Put your nose close on. Look, Misha. Yeah, yeah. Well, last time we cleared the ever charge for offing. Now I think we're going.
This is a penguin.
And more recently in Africa. So on the right, in the woods, you're going to meet some bears. There's a little bear from Asia.
Just want to see, huh? Shade
They sit up on those couches for about 3 days at a time while they wait for food to digest, which is pretty cool. If you guys would like to come back down and spend more time with our bears later today, our bears are known for being more active here in the city first in the afternoon. This pathway coming out here on the left side of our
So that's what you say next week.
That's the mama dog, right? That's the mama big one.
Oh my god.
The one with his head hanging over, that's the male.
Oh, okay, the boy and girl? Oh my goodness, she's so cute.
Oh yeah, there's the other head.
The baby. They kind of have like a, yeah, like a, I was thinking they have like a badger face. Oh my gosh, look at that sweet baby. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my goodness.
Okay, almost. Oh look, a bear. Movie, sleeping. Just move the sleeping bear. Almost like
for ourselves and our animals. Now, we want you to offer the last 10 minutes of our
Oh, there it is.
Hey. Look at this here. Look at this though. Sorry. It's in the back. These are cool.
Is that the best you've ever? Nailed it.
Got a tissue marker, sorry. Need to get some water. We've got water in there. Cup. You got some water on that? Yeah, give me some water on that.
Oh my goodness.
Did you message them? Be like,
They're back.
Oh, they took it down, John.
Hello, welcome back everyone. You guys see any photos today? It's not fresh, check them out. All you have to do is scan that green QR code to view your photos. That should really work.
Oh, yeah. I was a hater for what? Do you use bread or no bread? I use bread. Not bread? Yeah, also need bread. It's too hot to hold, remember? The bread is actually nice as well. Yeah, shit's there. All the nice.
Yeah, you guys sort of.
I have the owner of your tour guide and your driver. I will be showing you around for the next 5 minutes. And on this tour, you all will be seeing wildlife. From all over the world.
Let's see what's here.
That's the big one. Daddy and Aunt Mimi, right? Were you